like to return to the surface?
Yay.
Yes. Yes, please. Well, I might do some underground stuff off screen,
Sure.
but hang on.
What would there?
What?
That beeping noise, what would there?
I accidentally opened up the Pokédex. Actually, you know what's going to be an easy way?
What?
To just get Bronzor back in the party?
What's that?
This is the best area in the game for hatching eggs. Because you go up, and then you automatically come back down. Bite him.
Oh! Oh!
Damn!
Look how foolish you are. Egg. All over your face. In Pokemon Platinum, Grimer can be found on Route 212. The south of Route 212.
Yeah, but where's Muck found?
You have to evolve Grimer. There's a Muck in the wild.
So I was right.
No! Because
No,
it's concluded in the evolutionary line.
But like, we're not gonna find a Muck in the wild, is my point.
No, I never said when we find a Muck in the wild what we're going to do. I said what are we going to do when we come across a Muck. That could be a trainer Muck. And to that end...
I mean... By the time we find a trainer with a Muck, we'll be at a level where something in the party's probably gonna have a ground type move anyway.
You can't know that!
I mean, I can't know it for certain, but I mean, like... We're just about to come up on the area where we can get a Gibble.
In Route 224, Veteran Armando has a level 53 Muck.
Yeah. God forbid we should get to this level 53 Muck in the next, 10 minutes or so. Not because we don't have anything that's good against poison, but because we're horribly underleveled for it. At which point, type effectiveness won't matter. Oh wait, never mind. Neon's 23 now. Probably take it.
Let's do it.
Raw.
We're coming for you, Armando.
Oh, wait, no, we don't want raw.
No, of course we don't. Why would we ever want raw?
I mean, if we had entry hazards in a move pool, maybe, but. Actually, I want to check something. Flash fire. Does flash fire make eggs hatch faster?
It might.
I think it is. I think it's flash fire and magma armor.
Looking it up. The Cerebi ability dex.
He's got a Ponyta. That's not allowed.
Doesn't say anything about eggs here. Nope. Flash Fire is not one of those moves. Or abilities even.
Well, which ones are then? Is it Flame Body then?
It's Flame Body. Abilities that make eggs hatch faster. Magma Armor is one of them, and Flame Body is the other.
Yeah. Oh well.
You tried your best, and you didn't succeed.
In the end, it didn't even matter.
The solution is never try. We both have bikes. Unacceptable.
Actually, I'm pretty sure cyclist trainers will only challenge you if you're on your bike. Doesn't really mean anything here because we have to be on our bike for the cycling road, but later when we see people on our bikes, we can just not be on our bikes and they won't fight us.
Hey, I've got a better question. Why aren't you taking care of Neon?
because she can handle a couple of Starlies.
What if she gets a critical hit, sweetie? You gonna look
if she
into
gets a
poor...
critical hit, that's going to be very advantageous for us. I don't think she needs to.
Alright,
Because
what
she's
if...
going to one-hit all these Starlies
What if
anyway.
she gets a crit landed on her whilst in this state? How bad are you gonna feel looking into Neon's poor, flickering eyes as her vision fades to black?
I mean,
And
I'll probably just take her back to the Pokemon Center.
But her friendship drops when that Pokemon faints.
Yeah, but...
Her friendship drops. She will become worse friends with us.
Yeah, but, like... Cottontail's the only one we need that
You
for.
could have given me a potion. It would have been so easy. But you let me faint.
You done?
Yeah.
Okay.
So easy!
Okay.
Now I'm done.
Take that, Nicole. Let's just go back up.
You're gonna get this hatch.
Well, I mean that too, but also heal it.
Ah. I still don't see why you don't just use your potions.
Because what's the point of using up resources when we have the option of just going back to the Pokemon Center?
It's showing your Pokemon that you care.
And taking them to hospital to fully heal them isn't?
When it's free, imagine how much a Pokemon will feel when it's, I spent my hard-earned money on this and I'm going to give it to you.
You're
because
right.
I care that much.
Because when
any chump can get free healthcare, this is the premium shit. It's like
you're right. Because when I'm injured and my family take me to send me to a doctor and I get stuff for free, I'm just like, whatever. Who gives a shit? That's pedestrian. I don't fucking care. But if they hand me some Panadol that they paid for, well, that's how I know my family really loves me.
Exactly. You get it. Glad we're on the same page.
You just gonna spend the entire session being comically contrarian, or?
I mean... No, I won't.
Well...
What? You can't intimidate us.
I don't think it's gonna matter if it didn't.
Neener, neener. Oh, whoa. That bike will carry you a long way. The only thing that limits you is your own endurance. And maybe a flat tire.
I don't know. We can't use electric attacks against this.
Chomp.
Go ahead. Do your worst. I am gonna... just put Pingu back in front.
Bingo! Whoa, I just worked it out.
What?
Cyclist Rachel just said some people compete over speed and some people compete over technique. Which kind are you? That's hinting at the Gen 9 games. Pokemon Speed and Pokemon Technique.
And Cuff, you don't have to feel any pressure to be funny or anything. It's just...
What are you talking about? It's right there. One of the legendaries is just gonna be a big car.
Okay, bud.
And the other is gonna be a monkey wrench. But it's a monkey.
What way is a wrench technique?
Well, you gotta use good technique when fixing a car. Otherwise, you'll break it.
I mean, by the same logic, you need good technique to drive a car in the first place.
And that's when the third of the legendary trio come in, where it's a monkey driving a car whilst wrenching it.
I mean, I don't think it's true to say the Game Freak is running out of ideas, but you certainly are. Speaking of Game Freak, have you heard the latest?
Are we getting into this can of worms again?
I mean, we don't necessarily have to do the whole thing, but
Alright,
have you heard the latest piece of info?
If the last piece of information I heard was the latest, then yes, but I imagine it wasn't.
Just for anyone viewing at home who needs to catch up, the Gen 8 games, Sword and Shield, will not that they won't have a national Pokedex, but they won't even be able to, what's the right word? Yeah, I guess run, what seems to be at least half of the 800, 900 or so Pokemon that will exist by the time the game releases.
I personally don't see it as big a problem as the entire internet seems to be, but regardless.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. Do you remember how X and Y had a lot of frame rate issues and it slowed down quite a lot? And triple battles in particular, like, really slowed it down?
Yeah.
That's because the models they created for X and Y were supposed to be completely future-proofed. And so that when they transfer them from... when they transfer development and the Pokemon franchise from the 3DS to the Switch, that they could use the same models and not have to make new ones from scratch. The most recent thing they've said on this is that the reason they are making the models from scratch and not using the old ones is that process was fucked up and they didn't do it right. Which means one of two things. Either that bit of information is a lie and they're trying to cover their ass and justify why they're not doing everything, or they're putting their own incompetence out there for the world to see, but then they're still making the new models, new in air quotes because dubious, they're making the new models look like the quality of 3DS models. If they did have to make new models from scratch, why not make the models better? If they're really doing better animations, why does every Pokemon essentially stand in one step removed from a T-pose and still have more or less the same, just like Yampa flips around and then a tail wagging animation shows over its butt for Tail Whip?
I mean, it could just be that, like, the way that they were coded in the 3DS doesn't really translate to Switch. So, like, they're using the same basic animations and stuff, but, like, recoding them just a little bit in order to make them run in the game.
Well, see, here's the other thing. is that they've already done it
That's
without
true.
incident.
Yeah.
Granted, it was just the Gen 1 Pokemon, but when they did Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, they ported the same models over, and people were able to confirm that they are definitely the same models by looking at the game files. So, like, this specific piece of information, unless they just turn around and admit they were lying, we won't know for sure whether or not that statement is actually true until we have the game in our hands and people can look into the game files to find out if they are in fact new or updated models. And the thing it always comes back to for me is Game Freak is a company with 150 people working there, and half of those people aren't even working on Pokemon, they're working on Home. Which is like, fine, Game Freak, you want to make other games other than Pokemon, that's totally fair. But because Pokemon is Pokemon, and it's the thing that makes infinity dollars, why is no one in charge of running everything? Whether it's from Game Freak or from Nintendo, why is no one saying, well, we're getting a lot of negative backlash here. We don't want crunch, but maybe let's hire on some extra people. Are they really gonna be breaking the bank from their fucking infinite money if they hire an extra 100 programmers and modelers and animators to not even like get it out by launch, because that's definitely not happening at this point, but
Is it not?
No, they're not gonna have every Pokemon at launch.
Oh.
There's no question of that.
See, when I thought you meant get it out by launch, I thought like that was like, well, there's going to be delays.
No.
Yeah.
Because like we've discussed before, no one is ever going to delay a Pokemon game ever. That is never going to happen. Because not only is it like, this is Pokemon, you can't fucking delay Pokemon because it's Pokemon. This is the most profitable franchise in the world. I will, over my dead body, you're pushing it back 2 months. And then the other problem is that delaying the game has a knock-on effect where it's like, well, if the game is delayed by 5 months, what do we do for the anime? What do we do for the movie? What do we do for the card game? We can't release the anime and show Ash encountering a thing that wasn't supposed to be revealed until after the game comes out.
You say that, but literally the first Pokemon that is seen in the Pokemon anime is a Ho-Oh.
That's not the first Pokemon seen in the anime.
It's one of the first.
It's in the first episode, yes, but like that was an intentional thing done to like tease that there is more than just the original 151. Like, obviously there are always things that are like revealed prior to, like Lucario was revealed before Gen 4 was officially announced and stuff like that, but like I'm talking about like what happens when Ash sees whatever the Pidgey equivalent evolves into, and that was never planned to be revealed before the game release.
I mean, presumably, if they were to delay the game...
that's a bad example because the Pidgey equivalent probably evolves into Corviknight, but...
Yeah. But also, like, presumably if the game is delayed 2 months, they've got 2 more months of, like, well, we can reveal stuff to pass the time. And then we can...
I mean, potentially.
Did you mean to just call it...
Yes,
okay.
1G.
1G, yeah, okay. Like, they can say, oh, so what's going to happen in the anime in, like, the 2 months, so, like, 8 episodes between now and when we get to release the game? Oh, there's maybe, like, 2 or 3 Pokemon that we haven't revealed yet, and maybe, like, a character. Okay, let's put out a trailer that reveals information about those people and those Pokemon.
I mean,
like,
yeah,
it's not that much effort to go through, but especially when you consider that, like I said, like, 8 episodes, 2 months... They're not going to reach the legendaries in the storyline by that point.
Obviously not. But like, it's just the thing of like,
there's a lot of red tape.
The games are the driving force of the whole franchise. They're not the only thing, but they are the primary thrust of everything that is Pokemon, and everything else sort of has to follow in their wake. We didn't get Sun and Moon themed cards before the games came out. We may have seen some, And that's how we saw some early, but they were never like officially released before the games came out.
Yeah.
We didn't see the Sun and Moon anime before the games came out. Sun and Moon games came out, and then everything Gen 7 followed after them. So then if you have to push the games back, ultimately you have to push everything else back as well. And that ends up with a, like, it could be 2 months, it could be 6 months, it could be 8 months. And you end up with half a year or more of no new Pokemon stuff coming out because you had to push it back.
Yeah.
Whereas the better alternative, even though it's gonna cost some of your literal fucking Scrooge McDuck vault worth of money, like Pokemon has enough money to buy New York. Not the city, the state.
Oh, I want them to do that now. Like, just rename it Unova or whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, we got a Togepi, named it Egg. Now we're gonna put Bronzor back in. See? No harm, no foul.